Okay, right. This is not a mistake to make or repeat, okay? Now, when you metamorphosize from a human to ascend and expand and grow out of your you into a light being, okay, which your soul has potential to do, okay? Every soul from nature does, okay? So if you were a natural soul before, you find that first and then you go this way, or if you want to do that, right? So what I'm saying is, when you become reach a light being, okay? Now, they are not a trick there, okay? Now, they assume, because they don't know what this is, okay? They assume, and every time they assume wrong, that we are hollows, okay? And that is a false assumption, okay? A mistake, okay? So, can we understand that as a mistake, okay? And that when people ascend and become light, which means weightless, okay? Which means their weight holds them, their shadow weight holds them, not a foreign weight, okay? So they're light because their soul is their dark matter hold, okay? So they are light and they look hollow, okay? But they're not hollow, okay? And if they need to be heavy, they just breathe in the sea of their soul. And they're heavy, right? So you get your heavy, deep heaviness, right? And that is a breath. So your breath is heavy and then it's light. So your whole body breathes your soul. So it's like your lungs are gone and your body, your arms breathe, your legs breathe, and you are one with your soul swim, okay? Because your soul is all around you, okay? So there's no hollow. So do not get tricked with that because that is a really bad trick to do on somebody, and they take advantage of that by saying that they are hollow when they are not, and allowing themselves, which they're not allowed, to put foreign interference into an ascended being after they've ascended. So all of that's gone away. Now they are told that they are not understanding that properly, and it is false to do that. And they are not hollow. They are just a light being where they have got rid of their weight and they have got rid of the burdens of the past and they have expanded to be whole and hollow, right? Because they're not hollow, right? Whole, they're whole, but with their that this is the breath, right? The whole body, the arc of me is the breath of me, the color of me, right? And that is constantly two shores or more than two shores coming to me and coming back out from my soul breath, right? So my soul as a big a whole soul is my whole soul breathes with me and nothing else does, okay? And every spike put into my soul to achieve some kind of trick is gone. My soul evicted it, and my soul will not tolerate anything coming in pretending that I'm a hollow when I am not. So it never did that. I never accepted that. It's against the law to make that mistake because you know now the truth. So don't deny the truth, and don't misunderstand the truth because I just told you the truth, okay? So you do not make that mistake again. In all times, you do not make that mistake again. You never made that mistake. You go back to not making that mistake, and whoever made that mistake knows that, and they go back to uncause that mistake, so that mistake never happened, and they didn't cause as much grief as they think they did, because everyone will just back out from that and be fine about it. It was a mistake, it was a misunderstanding, it looked very similar to what was true, but it wasn't, so it was not their fault that happened. It's been happening for centuries, that mistake. So we're going to end that curse of us going around in this false way. So we end that curse and we thank you for understanding that mistake. We thank you for knowing that mistake, and we thank you for not doing that mistake. And we thank you for getting rid of all of the people that manipulated that mistake and knew about it. And those people mainly are false people that got away with a false way of life for so long because they manipulated that mistake. So we see all those people, and they go down for manipulating that mistake because that wasn't fair on a lot of species and a lot of souls. So we want to know why they manipulated that mistake to pretend to be gods and to pretend because they could go down to the Matrix levels and simulate the Matrix and just pretend they were superheroes because they could go down to that level because their light code they could work over it because they knew. So because they knew they could push the Matrix, they create a lot of problems. So a lot of species are stuck in that trap, are coming out of a false understanding of their species and to a new understanding of their species. But it's a growth. It's similar, but it's not exactly what you might have been told about what species you are, because there's always a tweak with this because of the anchor they wanted on every species so that they could control every species that exists, so that they could have a little point of focus, right? So we were using 3% of ourselves, and that was probably the little point that they were anchored to. And now we're using our whole self, 100% of ourself, and our whole soul, and the 3% has gone away. There's no 3% of me anywhere. There's no little bit of me anywhere. And there's no alignment to any other here. My soul is my whole soul and my experience and my worth and my journey, right? And it doesn't belong to any other, and my energy isn't anywhere else. It's just in my soul here where I stand. And this is me, and that's my soul talking to you, right? And that's all of me. And I can be alive or dead, It doesn't matter because my soul is infinite. My soul is immortal, okay? My person is, can come and go. It's like, I might die one day and be something different. But my soul's permanent. My soul drags me around all over the bloody place, right? My soul, if my soul wants me to go somewhere, I'll go somewhere, right? Because my soul's a bit like that. Because it's trying to save itself too, because my soul is not stupid. My soul's really clever. My higher self's really clever, and my soul knows that I've got to be aware and be careful and not get into any traps. So I'm just telling as many people as I can, and hopefully my word gets out a bit more, that my soul will not go into traps, and I try and stop other people from going into traps, because this message has got to be understood, learned, and made sure that there's no method to put any foreign anything into a weightless body just because it looks like a hollow. So that's all gone, out, right? We're not accepting that, and that didn't happen, and you cannot spike a soul. That's impossible to do that. So it never happened. No soul was ever spiked. So no soul was ever spiked with anything. If it had ascended to its light and dark, then it was weightless and weight. So no soul got manipulated. So we need to get back to that so that we understand that we're not going to go around in that loop ever again, and creation won't go around in that loop ever again. And all the anchors to that and all the chains to that have all crumbled and gone away. And there's no walls to the knowledge of that because everyone knows now. Okay? Right, that's good then. So that should save a lot of people going the wrong way. And also, maybe in the last resets that happened, you can send that message back to the last 6 resets that happened, and you can send that back to them, and jump over and just send that message so that they know, so that we're not going to do 7 resets in a row, right? We're going to pull them all together and create one of it, right? I think so. So because that's the way back, right? Because we're in all of that, right? So we're in we're in. There were 6 resets, right? Is that right? I think so. And this is a 7th reset, right? But we're not resetting because we're not going to leave 6 realities behind us, folded, and take what is left to a machine and say, you can have it. No, we're not doing that, okay? We're bringing ourselves back to before all the resets, okay? Because that was a false way of going, okay? That's okay, no problem. We're here for an experience, right? That's what they say, okay? So we come back out of all the resets to when it was true to creation and nature and the choir of nature's voice singing the way forward for the truth. And no time gets in the way of that. And the now is. So that'll be great.